So let's cut in the strap. Uh, I, well, yeah, I freehand mine. There's a lot of makers out there that have pre-made templates. That's not me. Kind of like when I was in a band and I record a lot of music, I like it to have the small imperfections. I think it just kind of gives it more personality. That's not to say that I just rush through it, because I definitely don't. It's the one step of the whole process I really hate, because for whatever reason, it's kind of like doing dishes or vacuuming in your house. I sweat like crazy the whole time I'm doing it, probably because I'm focused, but I can't stand it. That being said, this actually went pretty fast, but it's a pretty basic design for a plate. It's a circle with just a little bump in the top. The one thing, as I was doing this, I noticed, and I pointed it out in the time lapse, is this curve is not asymmetrical, which throws you off. And even when I tried to use tracing paper, it didn't work. So there again, once, freehanding it and just going by whatever plate you have, that's a benefit. But yeah, so the strap is now, it's all set, cut out. There it is. Now from here, it's just going to be a matter of drawing out where it's going to be tooled, the shell pattern, the border, the snap box. It's going to go on each side. I'll draw all that out, and then we'll start the process of actually tooling it. It's warm in here. It's just muggy. It just rained today. But yeah, then eventually it'll get to the point where it's like the one we just did, or that one over there, the Undisputed, which is almost done. It just needs a backing. I ended up doing the Big Eagle and the Undisputed at the same time. Yeah, that's that. All right, that was doing all the lines that I'm going to end up cutting eventually tomorrow. But all the lines that are going to be all the borders for the snap box and glue for the snap box and where the plates are going to set in the belt are done, and even the relief tooling that's going to be done for, if you can see that, just barely, for the logo plate. This is actually going kind of quick, surprisingly. There's a weird cut here, or there's what will be a cut for the border of the plates, the dead space, and where the snap box is, where it actually, I don't know if you can see that, where sort of the border line meets up with the outer border line to a point, which is odd, strange choice, but that's the way it is. The original, I'm going to keep this close to the original, not quite exactly, but close to it as far as like the strap goes, because the plates are definitely not anywhere near what the original is, but whatever. It's what we do, try to make it look pretty, right? So yeah, this will be cut tomorrow. I'll half case the leather, just soak it in some water, cut not fully, but we'll see that tomorrow, unless we do a podcast. But yeah, then I'll end up cutting all the lines, I'll tool them, and we'll be on our way to getting to the home stretch after that. But yeah, so tomorrow is actually the longest process of actually cutting everything and then tooling it all. But once it's tooled, then you really get an idea of how this will look, and then it starts looking like an actual belt and not just a piece of cowhide. I did get something today, which is for a completely different project that I'm going to end up doing. It's convenient when one of your coworkers does 3D printing and does it very well, and you want to do leather molding or wet molding for the new book I'm going to do. And he made a mock-up mold for me and gave it to me, and I'm like, this is pretty close, just a couple minor tweaks. I mean, it's smaller than what it's actually going to be, but like it's going to be a little deeper, just so the book cover pops. But yeah, so he gave me that today, just kind of be like, okay, what, anything you want to change, this, that, the other thing. So that's cool. That got me excited for that project. I still have to finish that mask over there, this belt, those masks. There's a belt back there I got to finish. A few other things too. Those books I started writing, or the one I got to finish editing and illustrating, and then another one that's writ. I got to illustrate that all the way through, which takes, well, this one's been a couple months. Then I have the third one I got to write and then illustrate, and plenty to do. So yeah, but this will be tomorrow, if not tomorrow, the day after, and I'll see you then. Well, I'll see you now. Saturday morning, did my heavy bag workout, got the coffee ready, got up a little late, slept in a little bit, but I suppose that's okay. We're going to try to cut all these lines today on this, and maybe start tooling it. We'll see how far we get, but at least get the lines cut today, and that'll set it up for tooling tomorrow. So hopefully by the end of this weekend, if this isn't ready to dye, it will be, or if this isn't dyed, it'll be at least ready to dye. Yeah, we're on our way. Let's go. biggest problems is right now I'm waiting for a bunch of the videos that I've done so far to upload onto the computer, and in that downtime before I can start filming again, this process, like I said, I have 2 of them now. I got these templates for, or just like trial runs for wet molding and covers for the new Necro books I'm going to do later. And while I'm waiting, I'm like, well, I have this garment leather, like scrap garment leather. I can get a piece that's big enough and kind of do a trial run, like soak that, and then start molding that over the cover. But then I also need something to clamp it down to stress the leather over it. And as I'm like thinking about the process and steps to do this, like this is going to turn into half a day project. So I was like, all right, no, I'm not going to do that. I have to stop doing that because I got to finish this first and then get into something like that. But I also have 2 other projects I want to do before that. It's a problem. I end up doing like 4 and 5 different projects all at the same time. This is why they all take so long. Unless it's an order or something like that I have to push through one single thing. That's why this is still sitting over here. Not complete yet, which it's really just sealing it, but that's been there for a year. Whatever. A few other things too, but it's a problem sometimes. I want to do everything all the time, and I end up doing mostly none of that because of just that reason, at least not finishing. But yeah, so I don't know about you, but that's an issue for me. So that's cutting. That's all set. And what I'll eventually do is, if not later today or tomorrow, is I'll tool all that. Put the camouflage pattern in, and then, yeah, that'll be the next step.